Great, great, great. We are here. We are at another episode of Women in Leadership. How are you today? How are your family? How is your work? So today I want to talk a little bit more on dealing with self-doubt in leadership. The other time we talked about speaking out, talking to the elements that contribute to the self-doubt in leadership. And today I just want to take it a little bit further. Have you ever wondered where the feelings of inadequacy come from? Have you ever wondered why is it that I always feel like I can't do this, even though other people might even believe that you can do this? Okay, let me tell you one secret today. Everybody kind of feels that way. Yes. There is always that little voice in everybody's head wondering, could you? So some people have trained themselves to the point that this voice is kind of subdued. It's not as loud. For some people, this voice is loud, is shouting, look, you are going to fail, you are not going to make it, you are going to flop, just like the last time you did. One of the things you can do is to stop and ask yourself, where does it stem from? Some of us, it's stemming from something that you have done in the past and have failed at. That kind of stays there in your past, but it comes around every now and then and it haunts you and you say, oh, this is just going to be like that last time. So ask yourself, where are those feelings of inadequacy? Why do I feel so unqualified? Even though other people think I can do it, why do I feel like it's, because I'm the one in charge, it's just going to flop? So one thing you can do to address this feeling of inadequacy is to tell yourself, I've been here before. And dear woman, you have been here before. There are a lot of things in your experience, in your history, in your very DNA that has prepared you for the challenges that you are facing. So the problem is you cannot quite relate raising a child to leading people. Okay, so you are not picking the elements from your experience to apply them. You don't even know that they apply. You don't know that the tenacity it took you to write an exam in school and pass that exam is the same tenacity you would require to throw in that report and get it done. So you need to begin to draw from these strengths. See, there's something that happened in the Bible when David met Goliath. The only thing he had to draw from was like, when I was, in the fields, I met a boar and I killed it. And I'm going to kill you just like one of those. He didn't consider that this was Goliath, who had the same thinking faculty that a man had, who had the ability to fight like a man did. He fought animals and killed animals, and he equated this guy. So sometimes you need to equate things in front of you. You need to equate it. Look, I was in school at the time and I needed to do something and I did it. And just like I did it then, just like I had my all night then, I am going to do this and I am going to pass it. And I'm going to excel. I'm going to lead this group. Just like I led maybe one fellowship, one group of people back there, I am going to apply the same things. And this is just going to be like that time. Okay, so try and address and tell yourself that what you need to succeed this time is already in there in your DNA. Another thing you need to do to boost your confidence, to boost your self-esteem, to get rid of these feelings of inadequacy, don't allow people to talk down at you. Yeah, some of us do that. When I made this first video, let me even share a story with you. Someone called me and said, I didn't think you were that kind of person. I didn't think this was your kind of thing. I didn't think you were able. But I have always known that I had this in me. So sometimes in the name of decency or modesty, we entertain thoughts, we entertain ideas that, speak to our inadequacy. Somebody says, you, all these kind of things are not your kind of things. Or somebody tells you that, no, when it comes to this, just forget it. And in the sense of modesty, you say, yes, that's true. Don't allow it. Even as a joke, don't allow. In an example, don't allow it. So respond immediately. If you're not going to allow it, what will you do? Respond immediately. No, I do this kind of things. I have done it before. This is how, this can be done. Address it immediately. Don't allow that sense of inadequacy linger. Don't encourage it. Don't allow people discuss it in your presence. So the first thing is that you're even trying to quell your mind. You're even trying to tell yourself, okay, I'm not going to be thinking about this thing. How much worse when you allow people to talk about it to your face, in your presence. So don't give room for that. And then after you have done all that you can, some events don't go as planned. You go and you try something and you will fail. I want you to see things not going as planned, not as complete failures, but as things that happen in the journey to greatness, in the journey to great leadership. There are some things that would flop. Okay, I have a leader I work with, and he says something that is very profound. It's like he tries to put it like this: I am a man, I can change my mind. So when you try something and it doesn't work, you simply try again. There is no biggie. It doesn't mean that it's because it's you. It doesn't mean that it's peculiar to you. Great leaders change their minds all the time. Great leaders move in different courses all the time. But sometimes when things don't go as planned and that feeling of inadequacy creeps up, just tell yourself it happens to everybody. Tell yourself, I am going to learn what happened here, what exactly went wrong here. What is it that I can pick that will equip me in my next greatness stride? And then what is it that I still need to do again? Because you need to go back again. Look, don't recoil for too long. Don't recoil and say, no, the last time I tried, it didn't work. And then finally for today, so that we can keep it within time, I would like to tell you to avoid situations in which you are not allowed to talk. So some of you women, you find yourself in boardrooms, in meeting spaces, in environments where you are just there. You are just there. You are not supposed to be heard. You're supposed to be seen. And it feels good for a while. Maybe you're a secretary, but don't stay there for too long. Don't stay in a position where you are not meant to be heard for too long. You know the reason I tell you this? It conditions you. It conditions you. Initially, you will think that yes, you are just being a good secretary. Yes, you are just being a good assistant. Yes, you are just... But you have to find opportunities to say, but sir, I think this. But ma, I think this. Look, what you say, is it heard? If it is heard, was it okay? When you said it, was the idea taken? If it was not taken, learn something from it. If it was taken, yes, there you are on your steps to greatness, on your steps to being a great leader. But to keep mute completely, the day you decide you want to start talking, it may become difficult. You will have to learn, almost like talking as a child. So every time you remain in a position where you are not to be heard, you are conditioning your mind, you are conditioning your senses to remain mute. There is no such thing as a mute leader. Look, even though Moses had problems speaking, right? The Bible tells us that he had problems communicating. He still spoke, right? He spoke to God. He spoke to the people. There is nothing, in fact, it's an oxymoron to say, oh, I'm a quiet leader. I lead from within, or I lead in silence, or those. No. Tell me one great leader you know who was mute. So find opportunities to express what is going on inside of you. Find a friend. So these are things that you need to do to boost your leadership quotient. I think I'm going to patent that one. You need to boost your leadership quotient. You need to try again. You need to, even when you fail, pick up lessons from the failure. You need to know that you have been here before. You need to know that there is something in your DNA that has prepared you for the circumstance you are facing right now. The question is, are you going to run and say, no, I'm not equipped for this? And let me just keep it in there. Anytime you are given a responsibility by anyone, don't run for it. Every time you run, you are also training yourself to run from occasions. You are training yourself to run from leadership opportunities. So face it. And then if you do well, beautiful. And if you don't do so well, you have gotten even more equipment to try again. Thank you very much, wonderful ladies. We'll do this again next time.